Tonight we ain't with no drama. Tell him dig it outside.
Live from his apartment, it's the Serg Podcast. With tonight's guest. Now, here's your host, Sergio Santana.
So welcome back, people. We're back after a brief hiatus, and man, so much has happened since then. We've had 3 presidential debates, and we had 1 VP debate, and our commander-in-chief himself has caught the China virus, which I want on a t-shirt. Commander-in-chief caught the China virus. I also want a Trump Rona 2020 bumper sticker because Rona's is running me. Pence, I'm going to say punts. Pence. That's how like an old Spanish guy says Pence. Pence had a fly on his head the whole VP debate, and no one told him. Like, no one bothered even trying. Like, that's hilarious. So, like, look, that happened and everything in between. And mind you, we're still in a pandemic, and our president definitely is not cured yet. Christmas is almost here, and they still haven't passed another stimulus. And we're gonna break down these debates. So first one, which is I'm not gonna really get into the first one. We're gonna get into the last one because the most important statement out of all of them was in the last one, and that's when Trump said, and I quote, he was the least racist person in the room. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat it so you can understand it in Trump language. I'm the least racist person in this room. I am the least racist person in this room. Right? So not that he wasn't racist at all, just the least racist of them all. So do you think Trump like wakes up every morning and looks like it's his magical mirror and just says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the least racist of them all? And it shows him Bernie Sanders. I don't know. What's really important is about the statement is that it isn't just his admittance of it, but that, like I said, he's the least, but basically implying that his opponent and the moderator and everybody else in that room were not just knowingly racist themselves, but maybe possibly more or less racist than him. Does that make sense? Like I said, so he's basically saying more. If you say you're the least racist person in the room, you're just racist. Like, that's just, I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't think anybody has to say that. All right. Moving on, no one can deny that the first debate was, like the funniest thing ever. Like, literally, that should be on Netflix right now. That's like a comedy special. It's easily the funniest thing out, better than any Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock joint. Like, that's it. Nobody can top it. I'm gonna watch it again later. Actually, it was that funny. Dual town halls, that was ridiculous. You had to change channels to watch what they had to say, so that didn't help. You actually had to change the channel, and then you had to wait till a commercial break to see what's going on. And then you had on the third debate, their mics getting cut off, and they still made no really good points. And so we're here. We're here, people. 2020 has gotten so ridiculous that Ice Cube is getting canceled for talking to Trump, and 50 Cent is endorsing him. This is like, I can't make this up. Kanye was talking to Joe Rogan for like 3 hours explaining why his calling is to be the president of the free world, and God told him in the shower. I want to see the writers' room for 2020. Like, so bad. I just want to take a little peek because I don't know how they're gonna write the season finale. I don't know how the season's gonna go. We got a great show for you tonight, though, and let's just get into it.
Tonight, got my popcorn. Everything is so normal. Let's see what's on TV. Baseball. Woohoo!
Luis Garcia 0 for 3 against him last week. He's going to go the other way. That's a fair ball into the corner.
Okay. What? Wait a minute. Am I currently? Where am I? Hold on.
American Airlines and now Delta confirming they've banned passengers for refusing to wear masks on board.
Well, that said, it was a terrifying Labor Day weekend for hundreds of campers in California.
I stand before you tonight, honored by your support, proud of the extraordinary progress we have made together over the last 4 incredible years.
Celebrity Apprentice?
The year is 2020. We see a young woman on the couch channel surfing on what appeared to be a typical Saturday night. But what young Antoinette doesn't realize is that this evening is the furthest thing from normal. As she begins to comb through the entertainment selection given to her by her cable provider, she lands on a baseball game. Where she normally would see fans in the crowd, she sees cardboard cutouts. She begins to see computer-generated simulations of what would be people. She continues to move on and see wildfires spread out throughout the California state. She sees people wearing masks to and from their destinations all throughout the globe. And last but not least, the host of The Celebrity Apprentice as the President of the United States. Young Antoinette is in store for a wild ride. Tonight, here in the Twilight.
She ain't been the same since I left her. Comatose, little blue pills on the dresser. Overdose, mama, see her baby on the stretcher. I can't seem to cry for her ever since I cried for her. She ain't been the same since I left her. Comatose, little blue pills on the dresser. Overdose, mama, see her baby on the stretcher. I can't seem to cry for her ever since I cried for her.
I was driving down Beyah, less than a quart of gas. Memory bank full of mornings past before I rapped. Tackle football in replica jerseys. Every pretty girl with cute bangs ready to curve me. Now they look like something off a Ramiro set, with an appearance that mirrors death. Pushers coming hero-esque when they clear a check. It seems it's the same song and dance. They pirouette, I'm veering left. Before we lost, boys, the glory days. Now the tragedy, to see all the stories change to Corey Hames. We used to go rounds with Soda Popinski. East 99 zone in the busy. Pills have hit us like the Black Death. Junkies and snaps here, they leave more ruins than the Aztecs. Blue collar turned abscess. It ain't chess moves, it's guess who is gonna rap next.
How you change, how you change. How you change, how you change. How you change, how you change. She ain't been the same since I left her. Comatose, little blue pills on the dresser. Overdose, mama, see her baby on the stretcher. I can't seem to cry for her ever since I cried for her. She ain't been the same since I left her. Comatose, little blue pills on the dresser. Overdose, mama, see her baby on the stretcher. I can't seem to cry for her ever since I cried for her.
Remember sifting through the stems and seeds. We used to bunny ear our Boss jeans just to get some Reggie weed. Keystone Ice and St. Ides 40s. Drunk enough to tell the homegirls, say hi for me. Good times, we'd be dying of laughter. Times change, good people die cause timing's a factor. Tireless efforts, although the signs have been plastered. They wrapped up in scripts like aspiring actors. Loyalty's becoming old custom. Scared of a stretch in the long arm, so they pull something. Name dropping while they getting searched. The block's different, stop snitching was just a trendy shirt. Coroner brings another body through. Another RWG who couldn't smell the coffee fumes. Should've thought before they copped the blue. Cause this is Pittsburgh and it ain't Fishburne that offers you.
How you change, how you change. How you change, how you change. How you change, how you change. She ain't been the same since I left her. Comatose, little blue pills on the dresser. Overdose, mama, see her baby on the stretcher. I can't seem to cry for her ever since I cried for her. She ain't been the same since I left her. Comatose, little blue pills on the dresser. Overdose, mama, see her baby on the stretcher. I can't seem to cry for her ever since I cried for her.
Hello everyone, welcome to my Facebook Live. I am Count Vlad. I'm new here. In my country, we don't have masks. You know, we handle pandemics differently. We slaughter and pillage. Where I am from. I like women with pretty smiles, like mine, and I prefer to dine outside late night, late evenings. Very good for the pandemic. Very good for the pandemic. I'm just waiting for more people to join my life. I think it's only like 2 people right now. I don't know who the 2 people are, but thank you for watching. I don't need the mask when I'm on live. You said I don't need it. Oh, okay. Well, I'll take it down. So this is my costume for tonight. Do you guys like it? I'm going to go to a socially distanced Halloween party on the Zoom. Yes. Similar to this, except there'll be more attendees. I'm hoping that I can catch a bite. I mean, a fright at the party. Well, I've been on too long. I must prepare. I hope you do like my costume. And happy Halloween!
Okay, what up, MJ Ultra? It's your boy, Real Deal. Okay, saying bye. Serg and Trev. I'm feeling wonderful on this one, right? Good old Burrow people. Yep. M.O. Got my man MJ Ultra all the way from Los Angeles. Via Pittsburgh. Via the same watering hole your boy RD's from, right? Yes, talk to him, man. Say hell with finer breweries. Pabst in a pirate koozie. Underdog, fighting Irish, yeah, I've been broody. Dream big, just like the opening line of Juicy. Danny O'Shea speech in a Little Giants movie. 1 of 100, oh, I'm supposed to be demoralized. Told the line in Vegas, that's Amadeus, let the chorus ride. Meaning this music to my ears. Every hater turned a motivator and it boosted my career. What the saying? Hell, you worried about what I do next? Better get all you can, like Ryu said. Gator skin, baptized in the bayous, blessed. Watch me Chevy chasing Caddyshack and iTunes check. Money,
just 1 in a million. You don't know the feeling. It's like open a fly. Just 1 in a million. Apple reached the ceiling, but now it's touching the sky.
Front yard, pig skin with the doppelganger. Strong chance of shin splints and I'm hobbled later. But this is perfect, it's worth it, cause it's the subtle things. A #1 dad mug can be a cup of kings. High school before world star and this is 50. Only the top roses could go the distance. with me, it could get ugly. Now all of a sudden I'm sitting pretty. From lunch tables to packed houses in different cities. Road warrior, shoulder pads with the spikes. Mindset of a grizzly, Kodiak to a pike. Went from a pessimist, focused on a deficit, to asking God for 2 more hands to count my blessings with.
That's 1 in a million. You don't know the feeling. It's like open a fly. That's 1 in a million. Apple reached the ceiling, but now we're touching the sky. M.O. It's coming, M.O. It's coming. Long before the stage, those community days. Down the park, mama fed us on a minimum wage. After dark, at the clock tower, scheming up ways. 51 down memory lane.
Take them to church, bruh.
Long before the stage, those community days. Down the park, mama fed us on a minimum wage. After dark, at the clock tower, scheming up ways. 51 down memory lane. Help me sing it now. Just 1 in a million. You don't know the feeling. It's like open a fly. That's 1 in a million. Apple reached the ceiling, but now we're touching the sky. M.O.
Yeah,
It's coming.
Good old Mount Oliver Borough. That's one smooth dude right there. Parkwood to Penn to St. Joe's, right? Get it?
Odd stories, weird stories, stories from across the globe. It's time for Top Stories Tonight. I'm so excited. This is very exciting. All right, Top Stories Tonight. I love this part. And forewarning, I've just read these headlines. I didn't read these whole stories. If you want to check them out, most of them are on Reddit. A man goes on a first date with a woman and brings 23 family members along. That's our first story tonight. And let me tell you, if a man gets through that, he really gets to know the woman. And by the end of the night, he's probably going to either marry her or get some hit. Moving on to our next story. A Florida deputy performs an exorcism on a child and instructs another to shoot the intruders that may come in. I first saw this and I thought to myself, like, what the hell? What? But then I realized it was Florida. And I was like, our next story is a gay penguin couple stole an entire egg nest from a lesbian penguin couple. This was in a zoo. I forget what that zoo is. Like I said, look these stories up. But either way, this just proves the penguins could be petty as fuck. And I feel like these penguins were just trying to adopt. It's just they were just trying to have their life. So let's get to the next story. Next story, this was kind of funny to me because it's just stupid. This man told the police his name was Johnny Appleseed after a knife fight. And, I think this is really misleading. The headline show really said or read, "Man high off meth and acid arrested after a knife fight." Our last story for the night, a JetBlue passenger wearing a Burger King crown hurled racial slurs and assaulted a flight attendant. And he said he wanted his way, and the Whopper was flame broiled. This headline was also very misleading. I think it should just read, "Is this your king? Is this your king?" Or fast food royalty says the N-word in Coach. Either would have sufficed. Either one would work. I thought this was like totally terrible. Then I realized it was JetBlue, so I was like, never mind. So that was tonight's top stories. Let's get into our interviews. First guest tonight is veteran stand-up comedian and writer Larry Beyah.
Our first guest for the night, Larry Beyah. What's going on?
Woo! What it is, baby? How you doing, man?
What's up?
Hey, he's in the building.
Yeah, we finally got this to happen. We was trying to make it work behind the scenes. Yeah.
I was not going to let this day go by without us making this happen. I was determined. I was sitting up here, I was Googling how to find the password to Zoom. I was doing everything because I was at the bank, and I was talking to this chick at the bank, and she would set up another account for me or whatever. I was like, listen, I gotta go. I said, because I told Serg, and she said, who is Serg? I said, don't worry about it.
Yeah. So give the audience and listeners a brief background about yourself.
Brief background, I wrote for a little-known TV show. You might have heard of it called Frasier. I'm a stand-up comedian. Was bi-coastal for a long time, L.A. and New York. In New York for a long time. For the last 10 years, my home club was Gotham Comedy Club. Mm-hmm. And then the pandemic hit off. And then I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm moving to Greenwich, Connecticut to ride this wave out because I saw the bullshit was coming. And it's like I knew the bullshit was coming for years. Like you could see that something was brewing, and I said, you know what? I don't want to be in one of the major cities. So I finally came out here to Greenwich, Connecticut. So that's where I'm at right now, riding this pandemic out to see what's going to happen with this election, Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting time we live in. I don't think any of us saw it coming. Like you see it coming, but not. I don't know if we thought to the extent of.
I saw it coming to this extent. Yes, I did. I will be the first to go on record to say I saw the globalists putting this bullshit together. They've talked about it in many books and different things, from the simple ones from 1984 to Brave New World to all these different things. There was a one world order, a one world government being pushed. And my main question was, how are they going to do it? Because I saw the Trilateral Commission, the Council of Foreign Relations, and I saw all these meetings, the Bilderberg groups, and I saw all of them getting together every year. And I saw the alignments and the global chess game over the years. I said, how are they going to get everybody? That was the one part of the equation that I couldn't figure out. And then I said, oh shit, it makes perfect total sense. Yeah. Create something and affect a lot of people and then get them to conform. Because the one thing that I got to see on this global level is how everybody conforms so quickly, uniformly. Everybody conform. I'm talking about corporations and everything with the tape on the floor, the mask out, the commercials, everything like that. So, and because they control all the media, I was like, that was the greatest fucking hustle I've ever seen run. I love watching hustles. Yeah. I'm big on hustles. I'm a big gambler. I play the casinos. I win a lot at the casinos. I made my money for this lifetime, so I understood that I'll die trying to spend my money or whatever like that. But what I wanted to do was see how people have bigger hustles than I do, how they hustle. And these motherfuckers ran that hustle, this COVID hustle. I'm not saying people aren't dying. I'm not saying people aren't doing the bullshit, but I'm just saying they created this shit.
Yeah, this is an interesting time right now. Because it's Trump. Listen, like we kind of know what to expect with Trump at this point now. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing. It's just that looking at Biden's track record, I don't feel like we're just swapping faces for things. It's kind of being a little bit more hush or done more discreetly of what things have already been happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think you're 100% right in that respect, because like I've been knowing of a Donald Trump at least since 1974. If I've been knowing that there was a man on this planet called Donald Trump. I've known him, watched him ever since then. Not one time did I ever associated with himself personally. Mm-hmm. I know his father. And I remember when his father turned the reins over to him in the 70s of his corporation and stuff like that. I remember his father practicing, tactics to keep blacks out of certain buildings, whatever like that. But I've never, after that, heard of anybody calling Donald Trump a racist until he ran for office. Yeah. Even with the Central Park 5 shit that went on, Donald Trump actually believed that those kids were guilty. So I can see why he said, let's call for the death penalty, because a woman was raped and really done really wrongly in the park. Now, yes, those police officers did set those 5 boys up or whatever like that. But Donald Trump did not set those 5 boys up. He just took an article out in the New York Times. Everybody from Whitney Houston to Rosa Parks to everybody was hanging with Donald Trump. Herschel Walker, Michael Jackson, every black athlete, and everybody was hanging with him. Everybody was cool with him. Jesse Jackson, everything. The minute he ran for office, the Democrats pulled out of their ass what they always do, that race card. And they said, niggas, please stay in check with what we want y'all to do. You're our vote. And Frederick Douglass, who was a Republican, said the same thing, that those other motherfuckers over there want you to think that they love you, but they don't love you. Frederick Douglass said it, and their tactics have been the same, but that's the whole whatever. But the thing is that I saw, even when they put that guy in there, Barack Obama, which, listen, most eloquent speaker I've ever seen as a president. I loved him as a speaker. I loved him as a what he represented as a family man. As a president, there's nothing that he did that I backed, not one thing. So the thing is that I look at it this year, it's like, okay, in an election year, we have a pandemic. That they told us it was supposed to only be 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you go in the house for 2 weeks, and everything should be fine. We ain't never going back, because they figured out this was the move that they had to make to get the world to conform. It's not about race or anything like that. It's about getting the masses of people to conform as to what a small group of people want them to do. And that's exactly what's going on. And that's why I say I saw it all along, because they never hid it. It's in the books. You can even watch Harry Potter and watch the clues that they tell you in Harry Potter. Anything that they've done on a mass scale, they've dropped little jewels along the way saying, this is where we're going, and we're not going back.
Yeah, man. So how long how long you been doing comedy, you said?
I've been doing comedy. I've been doing comedy since, okay, I always answer like this. I've been funny my whole fucking life. There's never been a time that Larry Beyah was on this planet and was not funny. Back in the 3rd grade, I held court in my classes and everything like that. But professionally, when I started at Paramount Pictures doing crowd work for different shows, and then started writing for shows or whatever, that's when the professional. So I would say that came in around 2001. Okay. Because I was in the military, and I was in the Air Force during Desert Storm. And I left Desert Storm, and then started, because I went to school. I went to the military for money for college. That's why I went to the military. It wasn't because I was patriotic and no bullshit like that. It was just I wanted to get out of the hood, and I wanted money for college. So I did that. And then when I saw what we were actually doing in the military and what the actual public thought we were doing in the military, I was like, oh my God, there's 2 different worlds going on. Mm-hmm. And so I got out of the military, got my money, went to college, went to Morehouse College undergraduate school. My first graduate school was University of Illinois, and then my second graduate school was Temple University. Nice. Then I went out to Hollywood around 2001, and then just started becoming a professional comic. I was doing comedy all those times while I was in school and everything. I was in Atlanta. I was at Morehouse. I was at the Comedy Act Theater. Mm-hmm. You know, D.L. Hughley and all those people, Joe Torre, and used to come down. Chris Tucker was still in high school. Me and Monique was roommates. A lot of different things that happened, but I was playing at comedy. Me and Earthquake was in the military together. We were in the Air Force together. So then once I got out and went to LA, that's when I felt like I was official, because I was at the Comedy Store, I was at the Laugh Factory, I was at the Ice House. And then I came back to New York to perfect it, because I started out in New York before I went to LA. You know, after I would say around before 2001, you know, just as I was leaving graduate school, we would drive up from Philly and, you know, do shows here at the Boston Comedy Club and everything like that. But then when I went myself in it, and I came back to perfect it, and I did. And that's what I've been doing these past couple of years. You know, when I was in New York, just, you know, playing everywhere. At some point in time, they said I was the most booked comic in New York, you know, on any platform. Then I started doing the casinos. And then I just said, you know what, fuck it. Then COVID hit, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm a podcast host now.
That's what happened to everybody.
Everybody became a podcast fucking host.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing too, like adapting. Like I do not like the Zoom shows. I mean, have you done some Zoom shows?
Nope, I would refuse to do a Zoom show. Yeah. Stand-up comedy for me, you know, my greats that I love doing stand-up comedy was Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby, George Carlin, Robin Harris, Robin Williams, all the greats that everybody know, Eddie Murphy, yada. But the thing is that what made it so beautiful is that live crowd interaction right here, right now.
Yeah.
And that's not stand-up comedy doing Zoom. Like, you know, to me, it's like, it's actually what was in the book 1984. If you go back and read that book 1984, which was written in 48, it's exactly what they were doing in 1984. It's like that behind the screen contact. You can't even have contact with anybody no more. They shut down the comedy clubs. They shut down the churches. Any place where people are going to congregate and talk about some shit, they shut that down. And comedians, we are the people who, we're counterculture. We've been class clowns. We've been all those people that got kicked out of class and everything like that. we never were the conformists. We spent more time in the principal's office than in any, any structured, conforming. So now they took the clubs away from us. I said, I'm not going to settle for a Zoom show until you give us back the club. So we do a lot of underground shows now.
Yeah.
I've done like 9 shows since Memorial Day, when they kind of opened back up before they said kick off the race riots with the George Floyd thing. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a calculated setup thing, and comedians will tell you about that in a joke and make people go, they don't want that. They will sacrifice us in our profession to make them conform.
All right, well, before I let you go, where can everybody find you on social media?
Okay, on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, I'm at my name, Larry Beyah, Beyah. On Instagram, he is hysterical. And the show is called Let's Get Loud. You can go to letsgetloud.com. We air every Friday at 2 p.m. on Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, and letsgetloud.com. All of those platforms at once, 2 p.m. live.
Nice. All right, well, I appreciate you taking out the time. This was a great conversation. Definitely gonna have the show again. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Larry. Give it up for him.
Woo! I love you.
Musical guest tonight is hip-hop recording artist and King of the Dot champion battle rapper.
Tonight is Real Deal. Give it up for him. Come on, man.
What's good with you, man? Thanks for having me, bro.
Man, I appreciate you. So you are the current King of the Dot champion. How's that feel?
Yep, twice, man. I won it and then had to defend it. Stagnant because of COVID, But now that they got King of the Dot just announced their partnership with Twitch for a huge tournament, man. So that's piqued my interest for sure, man. So I'm just excited to try to get back in the ring again, man, and you know what I mean, and actually defend it, per se.
So when you do that, though, because of COVID, there probably wouldn't be an audience. It'd probably just be y'all battling, right? And like the camera crew.
Yeah. So during like the COVID stages of battling, small invite-only crowds, people are encouraged to have masks. You obviously don't battle in a mask. You know what I'm saying? You don't battle in a mask or anything like that.
Are they gonna test battlers though before y'all do it? Because if y'all do get close to each other, you know what I mean? You know how it is in a battle. You guys getting heated and
right.
So
I know URL is doing that. I don't know if that's gonna happen with Twitch being on board. It might.
Yeah.
But some of the leagues that are doing it, I don't think that they do the testing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's you're obviously entering it at your own, you know what I'm saying, discretion. So.
Yeah. Are you gonna do anything on the Grand Prix?
So I'm not sure yet, man. I'm looking at that. The difference between this Grand Prix, obviously, and the previous Grand Prix, is that this is for a large cash prize, and this is also a huge new platform, right? So typically, I would have said no, because the idea of winning the Grand Prix is to get the shot at the chain. But man, with this, you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to throw my hat in, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah. You have to defend it. Like you said, you want to make sure everybody knows. I mean, it's the reason why you're wearing that chain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But going into because we're talking about battling, going into like your music though. So you have an album coming out, Charlie. It's called.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us more about that.
So I got a record coming out, which would be my 5th full-length album. It's called Charlie. It was supposed to come out the 1st, but anyone that knows about putting an album together, there's tweaks, kinks, wrenches in the game plan. You got to push some stuff back sometimes. So I'm expecting it to be out early October, but the album is dedicated to my father, who passed in September of 2019. So everything about it is like, the cover is him, it's his name. Every song on the album is like something he would say. So, if you have, your mom or your dad, like things that they say, sayings that they say, I just named every track something that he would say, you know what I mean? So, and the idea is I want to bring as much awareness to the fight as possible. That these people at Mercy Hospital, man, they gave my father an infection that killed him and got $615,000 out of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's my ultimate goal. That's why, that's one of the biggest reasons I want to jump in this tournament as well. Is to just continue to try to make noise on that front, man, because it's an uphill battle.
Well, it's you're doing activism is what you're doing, so you're using your platform to be more of an activist. And it, unfortunately, something like that had to happen for you to do it, but yeah.
And it's a tougher, I don't want to say like, but it's a little harder too, because I'm on the clock. So you get two years to file malpractice in Pennsylvania. And then it's kaput. It's a wrap. So, I'm trying to pull out all the stops to at least say at the end of 2 years, like, man, I did everything that I possibly could do. Like, you know what I mean? I'm only a couple more lawyers away from turning me down before I say, okay, let me see what I need to do to just represent myself. If I get washed in a courtroom, whatever. But even with that, there's like stipulations, like, you know what I mean? You can't anyone just can't file and walk into a courtroom. It's real. Yeah. It's messed up. I don't know how, I was going to say, I don't know how cursing goes on the program, but it's fine.
You're good.
Oh, it's messed up, bro. Like, it really is layered. And again, if it happened to me, not that I'm some kind of foolproof person, but man, can you imagine how many, I don't have a lot of resources, but compared to an average person or whatever, I think I have more. Yeah. This stuff goes on at a far larger scale, man. It's really, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. No, I understand. And you shedding light on it, even discussing it on the podcast, more people hearing about it, seeing it, like you said, you're making people aware of it. You got to make the noise so people know, what happened, Otherwise, I mean, if you stay silent about it, how would they,
100%.
Yeah. Now, I see you're drinking a beer. What kind of beer are you drinking?
So I got the Summer Shandy, right?
Okay.
In the chilled Trev, it says, I don't know if you can get that. It says Trev's.
I see.
Trev's beer. Yeah, it was the cold mug.
I would like the Summer Shandy. Like, that has like that lemonade type taste to it, don't it? Like, or something.
Oh, I like it. I wouldn't put down a whole case. I'm gonna do 3. And I'm going to move on to like a light beer or something, you know what I mean? I'm not, because it gets, I usually do Blue Moon.
I like Blue Moon, yeah.
And then I'll move on, but I'm not going to put down 20 Blue Moons or something like that, you know what I mean? Be on that tip. So,
I got the regular Leinenkugels. It has that whole taste to it or something.
Oh, Leinenkugels, they don't miss, bro. Leinenkugel doesn't miss.
See, I call it a Leinenkugel. You see, that's how much of a drinker I am. But I know, but I like them. They're good.
I could be wrong, bro. You could be right. I don't
know. That sounded really correct the way you said it. The pronunciation that I'm not even gonna try to imitate it. That just
tomato, dog. It works though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as it goes down smooth.
So you're in Pittsburgh. So you're a Steelers fan?
I'm actually. You caught me. I'm a Buccaneers fan, man. I've been a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan since '93.
I see that, but I had.
Now I feel like weird. Like someone got to remind me they don't play tonight. Like it's not necessary. Like I had the hat and everything. Like and I had the shirt and I threw it on. I do like the Steelers a lot. If they play the Bucs, I'm pulling for the Bucs 100%.
Yeah.
But any other squad, like I want the Steelers. I'm not like we have some people that live in Pittsburgh that just want to hate the Steelers, that hate them. I always thought that was odd.
Yeah.
But whatever. Who am I to say?
Yeah, that's how it is in Philly too. Like, I'm an Eagles fan, so but there's people out here in Philly that for some reason they're Cowboys fans, and you're like, why? Why are you? What are you doing?
We got them out here too, man. And but it's weird because the Steelers, like, I mean, they beat us in the Super Bowl in like literally like 25 years ago or something, man. And people have just not let go of that. And they're like the Cowboys. People hate the Cowboys way more in Pittsburgh than the Eagles. Like the Eagles don't really get a lot of flack from us. You know what I mean? The Flyers, yes, but the Eagles.
Yeah. So before I let you go, though, I want to kind of go into more about your music. So can you like, I guess, give I'm gonna try to say that, like not like a description of your music, but like what's your like your muse like as far as like your inspirations for your style?
So man, it's always it's so hard for me to really pin it down. I know that I probably sound a lot like an Atmosphere or something, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I really don't. I don't delve too deep in Atmosphere's catalog at all.
Yeah.
I think it's just to like we both like enunciate a lot. You know, I like everything, and this is gonna sound so blame, but I like anything that's ear appeasing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll try it to the point of as long as I'm not insulting what someone else does. So like, you know, now that I'm older doing music and stuff, like, you know, even auto-tuned hooks or like, you know, whatever the case may be. I like writing music that's personal. You know, I like storytelling kind of songs. Yeah, man, I like to give variety on the records, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the idea. But yeah, it would be hard to really pigeonhole the way you know what I mean? It's without trying to like, oh yeah, I'm different. Like it ain't nothing like that. You know what I mean? If someone else can find it, let me know.
How long have you been doing music altogether? You know, I know you've been battling too. Like it's probably been different stages of where all this kind of started hitting, but yeah.
I've been doing music since 2004.
Okay.
But like the first project we put out, there was like a couple of us. We didn't know any better, man. Like, you know what I mean? We did the computer recording and we were so proud of it and whatever. And it is unbearably trash. And then my first official solo album I put out in 2007, and that's also very bad, but it's not as trash. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, trash. So I had that removed too, because I'm like, you know, years later, I'm like, yeah, this isn't good. But then from then on, you know, you just learn and you try to grow with each project, man. And like I said, you know, at the beginning, the reason I had to push this album a little bit back is because when you listen to your music over and over and over and in the process of making it, you know, you learn to try to let go of things, right? Like, I didn't really like the P sound in that, but I don't think nobody will notice it. But then when you hear it come out, you notice it and it bothers you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? And the listener may never pick up on it. So for me, there's just, you know, some little things here I had to tweak when I'm like, man, I don't want to go back and lay that verse again. But I'm like, you know what? If it's just to appease myself, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? To make this project the best, you know, that I can. So I dropped in 2007, 2010, 13, 15, 17, and it'll be 2020.
That's dope, man. And you are a champion right now. So, you know, you're just winning right now.
I'm trying, man. I'm hope, like I said, the biggest thing will be to win this ultimate thing that really, really matters. You know what I mean? And that's a battle I could have never imagined prepping for. You know what I mean? But that's, you know, here we are in the foxhole with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Well, you strong, man. You'll pull off. You'll get through it. I'm sure you will, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. So before I let you go, let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah. Listen, man, you can check me out. I'm on Instagram under Real Deal PGH. Unfortunately, one of the least unique things I ever came up with was my rap name. You know, I was 17 and then I just never fun fact, it was like my backyard wrestling name first, right? When we always did the backyard wrestling, I was the real deal. I would come to the ring with D-Lo Brown's music. Remember, you'd be like, you messing with the real deal now, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
So Real Deal PGH is the Instagram. Real_Deal Raps is the Twitter. I'm on Twitch, Real Deal Raps, Caffeine, Real Deal Raps, Facebook, Real Deal, very easy to see. But again, man, just be on the lookout. It is Justice for Charlie. The album is called Charlie. Yeah, man, I appreciate your time.
No problem. I appreciate you, man. Give it up for Real Deal.
I want to thank my guests tonight, and I also want to thank everyone for watching and listening. And until next time, you already know, live your life.